From a WDSU first warning weather perspective, just was looking at forecast data to get a gauge of winds because the winds here at ground level really calm. You can see that smoke plume is going straight up into the air. But when it gets up to about 5,000 to 10,000 feet, you start to get a circulation in the air. So I was just looking at this, and we're going to go in and show that, yes, there is a little bit of light rain. I mean, what's really happening here is it's raining oil in the atmosphere as that smoke plume is going up into the air. And you've now got a smoke plume that is radiated out miles out from that. And it could be in a smoke plume that even emanates there in a complete circle. But when you go up to about 10,000 feet, that smoke plume is really giving a direction that is going about southeast. So it's really at about 10,000 feet to higher that we start to see the direction of that it's going to be heading this direction. So unfortunately, it's going to be directions to the way of Folsom, maybe some folks to Covington eventually. That's something I really want to be concerned about and want everybody downstream from that to be aware of, because if it's raining oil on that location, that means it can also rain oil where you are to other communities that are going to be downwind from where that is. So the winds are very important to this right now. And let me just confirm that when you look at the current winds there at ground level, we just don't have a whole lot. Calm winds reserve into Covington. 6-mile-per-hour wind now just picking up into Hammett. Where's that wind coming from? That says that the wind says it's a south to north wind. But again, it's most about what's going to happen with the winds that are going to be up higher in the air, driving where we've already got that smoke plume, kind of an anvil situation. So that's kind of the here and now. And when we check out what we have from that current wind, we're going to get back to WDSU first warning weather Doppler radar. And it's actually Doppler radar courtesy of the National Weather Service. This is what we're looking at with still light rain, North Shore, but really things will be winding down. Most of the storm activity, as we know, will be going down before too long. Let's get into a little bit of a forecast for us, because as we look at the current conditions from that and where the winds will be pushing things, we need to look about our own local weather system today that picked up the rain chances. That's going away. Rain chances will be going down locally. So as we look to have the rain chances, not that great as we go to the next 7 days. And by Sunday morning with really low rain chances, that means the temperatures starting to go up here too. It's given about a 40% chance widely scattered storms for Saturday. Temperatures going up, so we're heating up to 93, 94, 95. Fewer storms into Sunday. We could be 95 to 96 in some of the hottest spots. And just an extended forecast, yes, fall front, or at least an August front. I almost said fall here for a minute, but there could be a front that starts to bring temperatures in dew points down just a notch or two, not really cooler. We don't have any more of Erin. It is now a non-tropical storm. It's still a really strong storm, leaving some surf conditions and winds that are still up, and still some alerts for the New England coast. But what we'll need to continue to monitor will be tropical waves that are most likely going to be fair non right here in the central wave. This wave right now, as it's going to be entering the Caribbean, that'll be something to look at. But right now I haven't seen any data that would put Louisiana in course for anything to watch of any little danger. So what we'll in the meantime continue to track the winds that'll be up there to affect that smoke plume and who could be affected by really raining oil. Watch out for the heat returning this weekend, and Monday really hot.